Good evening, my name is Adrian Salvador, and tonight I'm going to talk about clean waters. The discussion video talks about how water gets contaminated, how purifying processes aren't 100% effective. They also talk about the legislation in which farmers are related with fishermen in order to improve the techniques that farming involves, in order to decrease the amount of waste left in the oceans that could affect fishermen jobs. They also talk about pollution and how do that affect to the food chain. When the professor talks about the example of a person taking a pill and then going to the bathroom and flushing the toilet, he refers to a molecular interconnectivity that will have this fluid when it goes to the sewer. He says that even the purification of the water, there is not 100% purified result. So if you analyze in this way, you can see that lots of industrial processes are damaging the world, even if the industries have a department to manage the situation because there is not a 100% effective process to purify this water. About the legislation of farming association with fishing associations put in the same table, I think that the pros could be that farmers could be empowered with fishermen because if the waste that storm could ride from farms to the oceans affects the sea life, fishermen would lose their jobs. There could be a positive discussion on how to improve farming techniques in order to reduce waste into the oceans. And about cons, I don't know if there are lots of them because it is a really good idea. But maybe the result of this discussion could throw a very high cost resolution. There should be an investigation in order to determine how to reduce the use of chemical products, avoiding all kind of waste, but keeping the same results to not affect the farmers, or maybe improving these results. Bioaccumulation of pollens refers to how much pollens enter the food chain and relates to the accumulation of contaminants in biological tissues by aquatic organisms from resources such as water, food, and particles of suspended sediment. This is important to every person around the world because we all eat fish, maybe once a week or once a month, but everyone have eat fish, some more often than others, but in the end, it will affect to all of us. How could this affect us? Fishes are eating the waste left in the ocean. If you see there, sometimes you could see that there are a lot of plastics or toxic waste. So if an edible species becomes contaminated, people in any part of the world that eats them will be affected too. After a small research, I could tell that marine litter is a growing concern for marine animals, including cetaceans for which there is a developing body of evidence showing impacts of both entanglement and ingestion of the waste left in the ocean. So in that way, it could be an easy way to determine the quality of the ocean health because for example, whales or maybe investigating whales throws important results to scientific communities in order to find ways to take care of ocean's health. Thank you. That's all for today.